I remember when I was 11 years old and I was practicing my piano lesson in Loma Linda, and I picked up sheet music of my mother's from her college days, and I started singing and playing the music. I can't remember what it was, but it was such fun that I decided that's what I wanted to do instead of being a pianist. You know, piano came in handy, but singing, there was just something beyond that really hooked me. By 13, I was already in the choir at our church, and I think also in the college choir. So that was really the start of. And I went to school it was in Washington Missionary College through academy and college, except for my last year when I came to La Sierra and studied with John Hamilton and had such a wonderful experience with Professor Hamilton. It just turned my life around, and I decided that I want to give back to La Sierra and start this program. My mother would take me to Constitution Hall to hear the famous singers of the day: Gladys Wardhout, Reza Stevens, Marian Anderson. We didn't have an opera house in Washington at that time, but I think all those seeds, those musical seeds, were sown in my young life, that I had to decide whether to be a doctor or a musician at that time. And I was very fortunate to meet a wonderful man, Dr. Robert Marsh, who was finishing his surgical residency and had a beautiful baritone voice. And we started singing together and separately with his wonderful mother, who was a very well-known piano teacher, and she accompanied us. And we just were in this choir and would sing programs north of LA and south of LA. Really, my husband and I really believed there was a connection with music and medicine, that we could do that. It wasn't easy, but we brought joy to our lives, and I think we brought joy to other people's lives by music, sacred or secular. But I went on to also being involved with LA Opera, being a patron, and also the Opera League patronage, the Long Beach Opera, Pacific Opera projects, and especially Zachary Opera Editions was really something that I admired for many years, since they started doing their auditions here in Pasadena at the famous Ambassador Auditorium. And they had a full orchestra. And they also had auditions in New York. And I thought this would just be a wonderful idea if our Adventist singers, young singers, would have something like this, an opportunity for them to audition. And looking forward to maybe singing in Europe or in New York or so forth. So that was my dream, because my passion is young people and music. I think it's as I said before, the creme de la creme. And if I can help singers, encourage them, because it's not easy. It takes work. It takes planning, goal setting, because there's been a lot of talent at La Sierra. And I know this has been nurtured at La Sierra. And if I can, we have been working together to nurture this.